Alright, please watch this video in order to help you do the use ratios and right triangles assignment. This does need to get done for attendance. Sorry I couldn't be with you today. Email me if you have any questions. So this is actually was supposed to come before the assignment we did on Friday, where we learned about the different trigonometric ratios. This is very similar. We're going to have to figure out the adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse sides and use that to answer the different questions. So looking at our triangle here, if we're looking at angle D, the side across from it is opposite, next to it is adjacent, the longest side is hypotenuse. So we have the opposite and hypotenuse, so I'm going to look at this row of numbers here. And we want to figure out whether this is a 55, 65, or 75 degree angle. Well, I should be able to write opposite over hypotenuse, and when I divide that, I'm going to get one of these answers. Whichever one I get would tell me which angle. If I get 0.82, it's a 55 degree. If I get 0.91, it's 65, or if I get 0.97, it is 75 degrees. So typing into a calculator, 6.1 divided by 6.7, I get an answer of 0.91. And then that tells me that my answer must be this 0.91, so that is 65 degrees. Looking at number 2, first thing I'm going to do is label my triangle. We're looking at this angle. This is hypotenuse. Across from it is opposite. Next to it is adjacent. We are trying to solve for MO. That's what it says here. So that's the hypotenuse. So we're going to look for this hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse. So that's 2 over, we'll say H. And that has to equal, well, adjacent over hypotenuse is here. And we're looking at it 75 degrees. So it must be this one. So this has to equal 0.26. Now we're just going to do some math to get it by itself. So I would need to multiply both sides by h to get h out of the denominator. And then to get h by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by 0.26. And when I type that into a calculator, 2 divided by 0.26, I get 7.69. So that means I'm going to choose D. This 7.7 is how it would be rounded. Number 3. If I look down here, I have a 35 degrees in my triangle, so I'm going to use the triangle above that has 35 degrees. So I don't care about this triangle, nor do I care about this one. I'm only going to look at this one because it has 35 degrees. Now it says I want to know MO, so that's going to be my X. And if I look at this triangle down here, 8 is the hypotenuse, X is adjacent. So when I compare it to the triangle up here, I'm going to want to look at that hypotenuse and that adjacent side of the 35 degree angle. So comparing the two, so comparing each one's adjacent over hypotenuse, that would be X over 8 equals the adjacent over hypotenuse of above is 8.2 over 10. And here I can cross multiply like a butterfly. 10 times x is 10x. 8 times 8.2 is 65.6. And the last step would be to divide both sides by 10, which is 6.56. That would round to 6.6. Last one here. Again, we're looking at a 55-degree triangle down below. So when I'm choosing which one above, I don't want this one, and I don't want this one. I'm going to choose this one because it has that 55 degrees. Now, we want to know the ratio of BC and AB. So let's first look at which sides those are. This is hypotenuse, this is opposite and adjacent. Opposite is across from it. We want to know BC over AB. BC is opposite, AB is hypotenuse. Its ratio will be the same as the opposite and hypotenuse ratio of this one. So this is hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent. So O over H would be 8.2 over 10. And when I divide that, that's 0.82. All right, that's it. Please email me if you have any questions. Have a good day.